Hey y'all, and welcome to Stivers Homestead. I'm Zach.
And I'm Jen. And we are preserving things like it's our job. So here we are peeling mangoes. We're cutting them up. Nobody was injured. Just kidding. I was.
She was.
But we're getting that done because we are freezing them. So I think we had about 10 pounds, possibly 10 to 15 pounds. So not too many, but we froze them up. And then here is another tomato haul from our garden. And we had to freeze all them.
And now it's scrap time. So I'm calling the animals down to the bottom, and we're giving them all the scraps that we had from a lot of the mangoes, a lot of tomatoes that just didn't make the cut. We're getting so many tomatoes, it's absolutely insane. So unfortunately, some of them went down, but nothing ever goes to waste. So we either put it in our compost or the animals get a nice fresh snack from the garden. And as you can see, here's a lot of the animals that all came down, and a lot of them are no longer on the farm. So the downsizing is definitely happening. It's very active. It's much calmer and quieter out on the farm these days, but we still love all of our animals, and they definitely love all of the snacks.
So the mangoes are done, the tomatoes are froze, and now we're working on carrots. So the reason you're seeing all this stuff besides the tomatoes is because we did our large Azure Standard haul of the year. So we do one really big one once a year, and it was time for that. It's usually the summertime, and that's when we start stocking up on the stuff that we don't necessarily grow. And carrots is one of those. We do love to grow them, but we just don't have enough to store for our family for a year. So first is the peeling. That took us, I think, 3 hours, maybe three and a
It was
half.
a long time.
And then we had to chop them all up. And I'm just putting them in these Tupperwares. They're like leftover dinner Tupperwares. And we just put them in our fridge. We put them in the very back and they stay really cold. And we use them for snacks, for cooking. And we like to can too, but our son doesn't prefer them that way. And he's the biggest carrot consumer in our household. So he gets to have them put in the fridge and just have them as snacks. And we grab them when we need.
Yeah, and there were very small carrots this year, and that's why it took us so long because they're very thin and small. But we were getting all this prepped up because it was time for us to get ready to head to the Appalachian Fair. So we were busy preserving, we were making sure that the animals were good to go, and then it was time to head off to the fair. They're going to be speaking at 1 p.m. about livestock guardian dogs, but I'll let them say a little bit about themselves.
I'm Chip, and this is Nicole, if you could get out of the shot. So we've been homesteading for about 3 years now. We bought our homestead in 2018, took 2 years before we were actually able to move on to it. We got all the animals, we're trying to do all the things. We're trying to get to where Zach and Jen are.
I'm Anna. I am at the Fermented Homestead. I have been homesteading for probably about 5 years with my husband, and he's back at home taking care of the homestead. And most of my channel is kind of revolved around fermentation, gut health, that sort of stuff, which I've been doing for about 10 years now. And I just kind of share.
So now it's time to get into my talk. So we've done this several times. We go to a lot of different events and we have a lot of different talks. And a lot of my presentations are around getting started with a homestead. How do you get started? What does that look like? What does upscaling look like? What does downscaling look like? Which is what we're actually in the process of doing right now. But today I wanted to make it a little bit different, because with the stuff that's been going on with our world, I think it's an important topic to speak about, especially when it comes to not letting yourself fall too much into fear and learning how to do something. But I always say, don't worry, do something. And what I mean by that is, I am very, very aware of all the stuff that's going on in our world. I'm aware of the current events that are happening. However, if you have enough time on your hands to worry yourself to death about every current event that's happening in this world, you're not doing enough. Instead of us saying, oh my gosh, the government did it again, let's sell it all. Well, he's like, okay, what else can we do? What is something that now we need to add to our homestead to not have to deal with that? A cow that we milk every day, and beside her, that's Flossie, and then that's actually T-Bone. He's in the freezer now. So how to start, where do you begin? If you're like, okay, I'm in, I get it, I don't want all that, how do I start? So some of the ways that we help people figure out how to start is determine how far you want to take it. Like, do you want to take it all the way to the level that Jen and I have, to where this is our full-time jobs, our kids are homeschooled, and basically we do everything 24/7 together without leaving our property as little as we have to. It's kind of our motto. You can go that far, or you can start and say, you know, I just want to substitute some of the things I'm buying from the grocery store. I want to try to get half that stuff out of here. That's going to determine how much land you need, what kind of infrastructure you need, what kind of garden sizes you need. Doing it for dairy. Dairy is something that we're really big on, because a cow, our dairy cow, in a situation to where we couldn't access feed for our animals, because that's something we have to think about too. That dairy cow can actually feed my animals. That you might not be perfect at the beginning, but you gotta keep trying. You gotta keep trying to make it. Bread and different dried goods is something that you really need to learn on. America is the land to be free. But we also want to complain about needing someone else to do stuff for us. Well, the government took that away from me. I can't do it. The definition of freedom is being able to be in your home and feeling free, because you don't need any of that. It's all out your back door. And most importantly, when this happens, or this happens, or this happens, you're fine. You have clean meat in your fridge. You don't have to worry about inflation because you're not going to buy all this stuff. You don't want to put the mask on, you don't want to get the vaccine, don't matter, stay at home, because we're going to thrive here anyways. We've got to stop worrying about what other people, outside influences that we have no control over. We have zero control on what these people do. Yes, we can band together and we can try to stop certain things, and I think we successfully did that the first round. However, when it ultimately comes down to it, you need to be worried about you and your family at your house. Because if they lock it down, no one's coming.
Not just feeding the local predators. So we looked into livestock guardian dogs. We did a lot of research, and there were 2 livestock guardians that really stuck out to us. And those are really the 2 that I'm going to be talking about today.
If it's not furry, green, funky looking, you can just literally scrape it off. It's not toxic, but if you do let it take over and really overgrow inside of the jar, it has a...
We are back from the Appalachian Fair, and we had such a good time, as we always do down there. This was year 3 for Jen and I and the kids going to this fair and speaking at the event, but this year was a little different. We brought our friends, Fermented Homestead, Hidden Oaks Homestead, and then not speaking, but was there with us doing vending was Bits and Pieces. Rish and Leslie were there, and if you don't mind, go give them all a good follow. They're great people. They gave great speeches, and it was a lot of fun. Thank you also to everyone that came out to support us, listen to us, shop at our vendor booths and everything. It was so great to meet a lot of you all in person, and if you weren't able to make it, we missed you. We will always be going to this fair, so it'll be, again, they've already got the date set. It's August 19th through 24th of 2024, so keep that in your calendar. If you're interested in going, it's always a good time. It's more than just a fair. It's ginormous. Like, it's bigger than a state fair. There's so many things to do, and there's a lot to keep your children entertained if you have them. We like that part about it because a lot of homesteading events, sometimes the kids get a little bored because there's not a whole lot for them to do. Well, there are plenty of rides for them to do, so you can do adult and kid stuff at this place. So we look forward to seeing you there next year. If you just can't wait another year, we do have another one on the docket that's coming up real soon, and that's the Homesteaders of America Conference. That'll be at the end, well, no, it'll be in October, mid-October. I know tickets are already sold out, so hopefully you got yours, and we will see you there. I will be speaking like I was at the Appalachian Fair, bright and early on Saturday morning. The details are all at Homesteaders of America. I'll put a link down below. But before the fair and after the fair, we've been super busy. So we have been preserving from the garden a lot. You all saw at the beginning, we had some tomatoes, we had some carrots. The carrots were actually from Azure Standard. We like to purchase those organically in bulk and preserve them back. All kinds of stuff going on in the kitchen. You all have been supporting us with our sale that we've been doing on. So we did a 20% off and free shipping on all orders $50 or more. And y'all have definitely been taking advantage of that. Now, it was scheduled to end at the end of August. Well, Jen and I didn't even realize that Labor Day was coming. So we're gonna actually extend the sale through Labor Day. So Monday at midnight is when the sale will end for 20% off and free shipping for all orders $50 or more. Now, that doesn't include merch. That is strictly our products. And what I mean by merch is t-shirts, stickers, coffee mugs, stuff like that. You will still have to get the shipping cost for that because that comes from Printful. But don't need to worry about all that. 20% off, $50 more through Labor Day now. It's been extended a few more days for the Labor Day sale. So if you're interested, you know where to go, thestivershomestead.com. We've also been really busy in our downsizing. That has been actively happening throughout all of this. It is much quieter on the farm. We have moved several goats off the farm, and it was all within plan. Once it's complete, we'll go over who we have left, why we have those specifically, and what the plan is. But I've got to get busy because the cows are moving. Well, 3 out of the 5. We're keeping Daisy and her calf Shelby. Daisy's our milk cow. We're gonna be moving Flossie, Hank, and Henry. So I've got to build a corral this week because we do have people that want them, but to make it easy to get them on a trailer, it's better to have a corral, which we currently don't have set up. So I'm going to get one of those set up, kind of a DIY corral, because I don't need corral panels if I'm not going to have a bunch of cows. So I'm going to be doing it with cattle panels. We'll see how it goes. Y'all know anytime I try to move some animals, it's always entertaining. So that'll be coming up in the very near future. So stay looking forward to that. But all the wheels are just in motion. All the wheels are in motion of everything that's going on to get us ready for that winter time, for feed costs, for pasture rest, for our rest, for just everything. We're really trying to set up this winter to be very specific and intentional about everything that we're doing on this farm. As you all know, the cost of everything is getting outrageous. So we're making those hard choices to make sure that the farm is financially stable or as close to stable as it can be. Because right now it's tough. Everything's really expensive, so we're bringing it down to more of just specifically what we need. And so I'm happy that the animals are going to a lot of good homes, a lot of people that we know and trust, because this is a really good herd that we have. We just need to narrow it down to the specifics. So while we were at the fair and we were talking to a lot of people, the consensus was a lot of worry. There was a lot of worry that was going on about what's coming up next. And, you know, it worries me too. I did a short just yesterday about how I'm just angry and upset at the world. And yes, we need to have those days, but as long as we keep our mind and focused on exactly what we need to be doing to be ready for whatever comes next, that's what we need to be doing. We need to make sure that we're fighting through that. We're fighting through the anger. We're fighting through disappointment or worry to make sure that we're still getting our stuff ready. So whatever happens, same plan, right? We're going to be okay. We're going to thrive because we can be at home. We can do whatever we want. And I know a lot of people asked specifically what I was talking about in that video. And the rumors are a lot of masks and lockdowns and all that stuff is going to be coming within the coming months. Now, again, don't worry. We beat it once. We'll beat it again. So just keep holding strong, keep staying vigilant, and know that we will do it together as long as we don't give up and we don't quit. So there's that little word of encouragement for you, because I know it's starting to get busier. You also got to remember, we're getting closer and closer to election time, so more and more is going to happen. So other than that, y'all, I hope you have a great week. Thank y'all for coming along with us today. There is some fun stuff that's coming up in the future, and like I said, I've got to build a corral, and we're going to be moving cows. There's always been entertainment in that, so stay tuned for that. It'll be a lot of fun. If y'all do want, we had a Rumble a long time ago, and I've just never posted on there. However, I'm going to try to be a little bit more vigilant at posting stuff on that app. So if you are on Rumble, find us. It's just Stivers Homestead. You can check us out there too, but none of this stuff is going away either. It's just another avenue that we're going to be posting some stuff. But other than that, y'all, if you're new around here, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget about the sale. Make sure to go check it out. It's like the best discount that we've ever given. So if you need anything or want anything, now's the time to get it. Going through Labor Day, so the end of Monday, midnight, that'll stop. But we love y'all, and until the next one, bye.